What you're about to hear are 5 ghost encounters that still don't make sense to this day. No jump scares, no cheap tricks, just real moments where something unseen stepped into someone's life. And by the end of this video, you might start questioning the sounds you hear in your own home tonight. Turn the lights off, and let's begin. Story number 1. The apartment above. When Marcus moved into his new apartment, he knew something felt off. It wasn't old, it wasn't run down, and the rent was surprisingly cheap. The first night was quiet. The second night wasn't. At exactly 2:17 a.m., he woke up to the sound of footsteps above him, slow, dragging, back and forth. At first, he assumed it was the neighbor upstairs. But here's the problem. There was no upstairs. Marcus lived on the top floor. The leasing office confirmed it. Still, every night at 2:17 a.m., the pacing began. One night, he decided to record it. He set his phone on the nightstand. At 2:16 a.m., silence. At 2:17 a.m., the footsteps started. But something else happened. His bedroom door slowly creaked open. On the recording, you can clearly hear the steps, and then a whisper. Right next to the phone, it said, "You're in my room." Marcus moved out 3 days later. The next tenant lasted 1 night. Story number 2. The little girl in the hallway. A mother named Elena woke up to her 6-year-old daughter standing beside her bed. "Mommy," she whispered, "there's a little girl crying in the hallway." Elena checked the monitor. Nothing. She walked down the hallway. Nothing. She tucked her daughter back in. 30 minutes later, her daughter was back. "Mommy, she's closer now." Elena felt irritated, but then she noticed something. Her daughter's bedroom door was still closed, which meant if her daughter was standing next to her bed, who was in the hallway? Elena slowly turned toward the door, and that's when she saw it, a small shadow, under the crack of the bedroom door. It wasn't moving, it was just standing there. The crying started, soft at first, then louder, right outside the door. Elena grabbed her daughter and locked herself in the bathroom. When police arrived, they searched the house. No signs of entry, no one else inside, but in the hallway, they found something strange. Wet footprints, small ones, leading from the front door to her daughter's bedroom and stopping there. Story number 3. The voice on the baby monitor. Daniel and Priya had just put their newborn to sleep. The baby monitor sat on the coffee table between them. The apartment was quiet. Then the monitor crackled. At first, they thought the baby was waking up, but instead of crying, they heard a voice, soft, calm, almost soothing. "Shh. It's okay. I'm right here." Daniel froze. Priya stared at him. Neither of them were in the nursery. They both ran to the baby's room, empty. Their child was asleep, but the rocking chair was moving, slowly, back and forth. Daniel unplugged the monitor. The voice stopped. The next night, they tested it. Monitor on, baby asleep. At 3:03 a.m., the same voice returned. This time, it said something different. "He looks just like me." They moved out that week. Years later, Daniel learned something chilling. The previous tenant had lost a child in that same room and was found sitting in that rocking chair 3 days after the funeral. Story number 4. The security footage. A night security guard named Thomas worked alone in an office building. Every night at 1 a.m., he did the same patrol, same floors, same rooms. One night, while reviewing cameras, he noticed something odd. On floor 3, he saw himself walking down the hallway, but he was currently sitting in the security office, watching it. The timestamp was live. The other Thomas walked slowly, stopped in front of camera 12, and stared directly into it, into him, then smiled. Thomas checked floor 3 immediately, empty. The next night, at exactly 1 a.m., The camera feed glitched again. This time, the copy of him was closer to the security office door, just standing there, waiting. Thomas quit the next morning. 2 weeks later, a new guard took the job. At 1 a.m. on his first shift, he saw someone standing in the hallway outside the security office. It was Thomas, smiling. Story number 5. Don't look under the bed. This last one is short, but it might be the worst. A college student named Aaron kept waking up at night feeling watched. Every time he looked around his room, nothing. Until one night, half asleep, he heard breathing. Not from above him, from below, under the bed. He froze, trying to convince himself it was his imagination. The breathing continued, slow, wet, unnatural. Then, his phone lit up with a notification. Front camera activated. He didn't touch it. On the screen, he saw his own face, looking down from under the bed, smiling, the breathing